We hear you praying. Come on.
Do it this time. Do it. Do it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. He hates when I do that.
Yeah. So you continue.
So I continue.
Hey.
Yo.
I tried something for the first time ever, and I started by making it. Like, I've never ordered one.
Jack.
Yeah.
No,
I haven't tried. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Am I got to pray for that now?
He woke up for that.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Thanks. Hey, Ted, thanks for throwing that in early so I could be awake for you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's him at the board.
Look
at that.
I didn't touch it.
Look at that. Look at that.
I used it confidently all week.
Someone is ready.
Nope.
Nope. Yeah. Hey, by the way, I don't know what you said, but you might have to bleep it. That's on you. Anyway.
I think he's good.
Anyway.
All right. So what did you try?
I've never ordered a Philly cheesesteak ever.
What?
I'm not even
Really?
joking.
What?
Yeah, seriously. I've never had one. Okay.
What?
But I made them on the Blackstone.
And I feel like this is just a backslide into a humble brag.
No. Listen, I was told they were somewhere between mid and bussin'. They were not fire. They did not reach or achieve bussin'. But since I've never had one, I feel like watching enough videos to like make them even like better than mid. That's solid. You know what I mean? First attempt, dude. First attempt. So
What prompted this?
What prompted this is, of course, I went back carnivore and I said, I would like to have some vegetables before I start. So I made that with peppers and onions, right? I just use green peppers, okay? And then I had mine in a wrap, so I still had the shell, but that was like the night before I kicked it back off. The day I sent you the scale number, okay, I was the next day I was starting a new personal best for me for fasting, which was insane, and I felt great. But I was like, I'm gonna earn this. So we made those that night, and it was very good, very good. So, but yeah, I thought I'd throw it out there, and then to double back. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, you prompted me into an impromptu dead to me about a donut. People that eat donuts.
Oh, right, sure.
Okay.
Right.
Now, Christina doubled down and kind of circled back, and I actually like where she went with the whole people that cut them into like quarters. And like, oh, I'll split it with somebody else. But they come back and eat every quarter. And by the time they quarter off 18 donuts, they've had 4 donuts.
Right.
Okay. But the whole box looks like now you're playing Tetris.
Well, now it's like, well, here's what I do. Yeah. Because as you know, last time I had donuts was at work.
You have these, don't you?
Well, but I leave the knife nearer in the box so people know what I did. You can see that. You can see that I cut it.
Yeah,
You're right. I don't cut it in 4s and take one of each of 4 donuts. I cut it in half.
Yeah.
I take that half.
Right.
Now, if I don't eat that whole half, that's on me. But I don't put it back in.
Right.
Or cut it again and be like, where
trim it off. Just trim it off.
And right. And I don't want to throw Christina under the bus and like have people know where. So I'm not saying that is Mrs. Buck-barreled.
Right.
But I'm also not
potentially
saying.
Right. She's not that, but she might be that.
But right. No,
maybe not.
But yeah, especially when they bring in 40 donuts for a place of 20 people working. Oh, you know what? I should probably just take a third.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you should. You should take a third of the donuts before everybody else gets to eat.
Now, the other day we had a vendor come in and bring 2 boxes of donuts. And they're like, okay, we're going to leave one here up front. Because we kind of have a north-south situation at work where there's a dividing wall.
East side, west side?
Yeah, where there's the
east side.
There's the up front people, and then there's the back of the house people.
You seem like a back of the house type of guy.
I float. My desk is up front. My desk is up front, but because of my job, I have to go work everywhere.
Gotcha.
But they were like, we're going to put one in the back and one in the. We're going to leave one in here. And we're going to put one in the back.
Oh, you get to pick from both.
Well, I'm glad I did because they put the fancy ones up front and then it's just the regular ones in back.
Oh, yeah, that's not fair.
So I opened it up and I was like, ooh, a maple, but it's got like literally a whole half pig on it. Like it was maple bacon.
Yeah, I'm not big on those,
but it had a whole thing, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So they go in the back, and the back there is just the regular, like the Long Johns, the coolers.
Okay, but still, get your maple.
Yeah, I got my maple.
Game on.
But I was just like, do I go up there and tell them?
No.
Let them suffer.
Yeah.
Let them be like, well, I better cut this into 8s. This is a 4,000 calorie bite.
Yeah. Eat around the bacon.
Because it was all like really like, one of them legit was done up like a Pop-Tart, and I think it had a Pop-Tart on it. I don't remember, but it was like, why? Donuts are fine by themselves. Why do we have to get
Right? Yeah. Don't try to make them better.
Yeah, it's the same with like the crumble.
Like what's in this one? Pot roast.
Yeah,
it's like that's not what we do. You know,
it's the same with the crumble cookie phase, where it's like, oh, I would like to pay $21 for a cookie just because we shoved a whole loaf of banana bread into it.
Well,
you know what I would like to have? I would like to have a regular price cookie and some banana bread.
You know what else they actually do too is they do crumble when you eat them.
That is correct.
So you have about $13 worth of shrapnel on your pants, your shirt. That's harsh.
And so does like your self-esteem and your bank account and all that other stuff.
You're like, no, I'm broke and I'm fat and I'm still hungry because I only got half that cookie. Yeah, this is a triple whammy.
This sucks. I guess I got to go back and buy more. Oh, that's how they get you.
Oh, yeah. $700 later, I'm almost full. So, but what prompted me to think about the donut thing again, I actually overheard him. He says, hey, I'm going to stop by. I don't know if it was Hooters or somewhere, get a 20-piece wing for lunch because then I got dinner. And I'm going, you're eating wait, a 20-piece wing is going to be lunch and dinner?
Yeah, that's.
And I'm going, now either, and again, I understand, I have quite the healthy appetite, but don't people that do that, aren't they psychopathic? I mean, you're never going to eat 10 wings. You're not going to eat 10 boneless wings.
Oh, they're boneless? Oh,
yeah.
Then, no.
That's what I'm saying. You're not going to eat 10 boneless wings. Okay, now I'm bored with 10 regular wings. I'm done. And I'm like, okay, I'm done taking a bath between rounds.
Right.
We're finished. I get it, But 10 boneless wings. You know what's going to happen? You're going to end up going, well, I can eat 2 more. Then you're like, but there's only 8 for later now. Oh.
Right. I mean, you can't. You have to be disciplined not to cross that line. Because once you cross that line, it's like, well, now there's 9. That doesn't.
Yeah,
that's not a
full
dinner.
Meal. That's not dinner.
I should just eat those.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Just take those down.
So
I'm speaking though as a man who today. I know you just talked about your fasting. You didn't go into details, but presumably that means you did not eat. All I've had today.
I have today.
All I had was an apple and a protein bar.
Nice.
So maybe I could at this point stop at 10 boneless wings. I don't know anymore. Like I'm just not hungry, and that's good. But it's so weird. Like these concepts, like we're talking about it, and I'm like, oh shit, that might be me now.
Yeah. So we went here. Then I might as well we'll just go there.
Oh no, we're going there.
So I did.
Mac, we're going there.
I did 7 full days, water fast. I did. I did 5 before. I don't think I talked about it on here, but I did 5 before. I did 7 full days water fast only. Okay. When I got to the 7th day, it was a Saturday, and I was working that day. And I said, okay, when I'm done, I'm going to go home. I can't wait. I'm going to make this. Well, we ended up going to a baseball game. Okay. So it's fine going to the baseball game. But then I said, I need to eat something. Because, I mean, like, what happens is my body could have went more days, but your brain, because you start telling yourself, this is the end. So on day 4, when you're hungry.
That could be the subliminal messages I pumped to your house.
Yeah.
Just end it. Yeah. Just end it.
Every morning I wake up with a Snickers in my mouth. I don't understand. I have to spit it out. I don't even understand what's going on.
Just end it. Yeah. Yeah, but I put it upside down so you get the vein feel.
Yeah. Right. Buddy, that's not a Snickers. I don't know what that is.
Where did the Snickers come from?
Yeah.
Did you bring Snickers?
Yeah.
I didn't.
I shouldn't have filled up on that Snickers bar. But what's Rodney Carrington say? When they start putting corn in Snickers bars. Yeah. It's like, what's going on? But my point is that so that night then I thought, well, we were gonna go to this like Chinese buffet, right? So I could get like the shrimp and I could do different stuff and not necessarily have to eat all sides or whatever else, right?
Right.
I thought, cool, man, I'll do that. Well, we ended up going because we only had a break in between games because we ended up playing 2 games that day. We ended up going to Five Guys. When you break a 7-day fast with a Five Guys burger.
Did that just go right through you?
So here's the deal. No, it didn't. It stayed forever because I guess what I found out, when you fast like that, your body's not making the enzymes that break down the food.
Oh, cool. So
when you start with something that heavy, can I tell you what feels like a brick and you carry it around as a souvenir for probably 3 or 4 days? Wonderful. Okay. So when you're saying about that, and also I ate the burger because it was delicious because I got to be honest with you, a shingle would have tasted, this shoe would have tasted great.
Right. But you would have put some donkey sauce on a flip flop. I would have eaten it.
Yeah, but the fact of the matter is, then I go for the fries. I grab 2 fries and I go, and I'm done. I mean, I was full to the max.
That's crazy.
Okay, so when you're saying that, you are correct. If you went to chow down, and you know what got me through those 7 days? I watched so many food challenges on TikTok when I had free time. And I'm like, oh man, when this is done, I'm going to try this. Oh man, when this is done, I'm going to try this. Now, I know I'm not going to try none of them because we've talked about it and we've never done one.
I don't think I could at this point.
No, and the stage you're in, you couldn't. And the stage I'm in, if I get myself back to there, I'm reversing what I did. But
this has got to be riveting content for people listening.
But my point is, anytime you fast, by the way, do it. It makes you mentally clear. It's great. It's insane. However, when you break the fast, if you could avoid, say, I don't know, a double greasy burger with mushrooms and mayo, which is all he got on it, okay, that was it.
All right,
that was it. But back to my psychotic thing. I can't stop. Even now, I wouldn't stop at 10 wings. Okay, if I go in with a plan that I'm ordering a 50 piece, and I'm going, whatever's left, I got dinner. Okay, that's all it is. And if I eat 23 at lunch, then I got to eat 27 at dinner.
Right.
That's how it works. Okay,
but that's fair.
That's
a fun.
That's simple math.
23 and 27. That's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
11 and 9 doesn't work.
That doesn't work because you have 9, and you mean to tell me too that you take home the fries?
If 11, if 11 barely fills you up, if you get to 11, you're like, I should probably stop. I won't have any more for dinner. Yeah. And then you get home and you're eating less than that.
Yeah.
Well, now you're pissed at yourself twice.
Right.
You didn't satisfy yourself at lunch.
I could have gorged myself
and
at lunch.
And now you're angry at dinner.
You know what I could have made? I could have made a ham sandwich at home for dinner, and I could have ate 20 delicious wings. But again, I just thought, what kind of psychopath plans out, hey, I'm going to get a 20 piece, and that way I got lunch and dinner. And that's never once crossed my mind.
Now, if you got, if it was some sort of family combo where you got 20 wings and 2 big sides and
oh yeah, so you're like, okay,
let's say it wasn't Hooters. Let's change it to KFC or Popeyes or something. Where it came with 2 sides and a biscuit and everything. And now you're eating 10 wings, a giant thing of potato salad, a biscuit, and then at home you get a giant thing of coleslaw, the other 10 wings. All right, yeah. Now we're talking.
Now
maybe it's fries at lunch because they're still hot, and it's potato salad later, or mashed potatoes later.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Right.
But if you're just going to get the protein and that's it, weird.
Yeah,
it's not really protein because it's breaded, so it's not really. It's not full on. Yeah.
And you want to believe it's real chicken? It probably is, but it's it's whatever. So, but now I just thought, hey man, if you order that, so it's kind of the same category of I'll eat a section of a donut now, and I'll eat another section of a donut later. It's the same as I'll go get a regular human-sized order of food, and I will split that into 2 meals, and I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Well, before I kicked this off, and the last time I was early, and I was like, you know what? I haven't been to Chick-fil-A in 6 years. I'm going to go and get their chicken minis, their breakfast sandwiches.
Okay.
They're half, they're bigger than the nuggets, I think, but they're on these biscuits that are honey buttered and stuff.
Sounds good.
And I was like, is 4 count all you have now? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, well, I'll just take 2 of the 4 counts. The meal's like, no. I don't want to pay $400 for these, but your 4 count is not what a regular human should eat. I would prefer if you had a 12 count, maybe we were talking 20 count.
Yeah.
I'm going to house these and not eat food for a decade.
These are going down like Tic Tacs.
For a decade. You understand? My food eating is going to end after today. So I was hoping for more, but thank you for, is there a loan I could take out somewhere?
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
And also I didn't this has been me for a while. I just don't want hash browns or anything, especially from a fast food restaurant. Cause I would eat those and be like, and now that's going to be in me for just like your 5 guys. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's like
those sit
like a brick.
Yeah. Like a brick.
So, hey, I got one more thing. So I got some new shoes, right? Nobody likes a bragger. I understand. But they're Skechers, so they're awesome They're awesome dad shoes. They're cool dads. That's what it is. But anyway, I'm walking around the house in them, and I'm hearing click, click, click. And I'm like, this can't be how these new shoes are. Because, when you're like, I don't want to hear it myself. I definitely don't want people going, you're annoying the hell out of me. Okay? So, because most people love to be around me. I don't want them to hate me because of my shoes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a fan favorite. I reached down, and I went through these shoes 3 times. Somehow, there's a sticker on the bottom, and the sticker tells you uses for the shoes.
Wait. Uses.
It shows how you would put it on your foot, and it's a shoe, okay? But it also shows that you don't wear it other ways. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I lost interest real fast. I threw the sticker away.
I know we don't do this visually, but people should picture that I am like that emoji where the emoji has his finger in hand over his mouth, wondering WTF.
Yeah. Right.
It's a shoe.
It's a shoe.
But it'd be like you've had instruction or uses for a glove.
Right, yeah.
You put your hand in it.
Yeah.
And now it's like the outside of your hand.
Yeah.
Anything you can do with your hand, you can do with it while it's in a glove.
You know what a shoe is? It's a glove for your foot.
It is.
Okay. It's a glove for your foot. But it literally shows how to put the shoe on, okay? And how it would be laced up. And then it shows not to, because a lot of people when you get older shoes, you step on the back of them, so you almost wear them like sandals. You slide your feet in because they're ruined. Well, it is what it is.
And Skechers has a brand, but
right,
you can slide in and do that.
But it has on there, and it has the circle with the thing through it, like Ghostbusters, where it's like, don't do this, and it's like, listen, I paid for your shoes. I'm going to wear these however I want to. Okay. If I want to put them in the pockets of my pants and walk around in case I fall down, I land on my shoes. I don't care. I'd be like, laying on my feet. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever. If I want to make some stupid joke, I'm allowed to do that. You want to know why? I gave you $54.95 plus tax. And by the way, kind of a baller move, huh? $54.
I was gonna say
That's pretty expensive.
reasonable
you know what
for
I'm saying?
shoes.
That's pretty good.
Now, you said the circle, like the Ghostbusters thing. There's a YouTuber from Great Britain named Ashens, and he's been probably 10, 15 years, been there forever.
Okay.
But he does reviews about stuff, and whenever he comes across like the "don't give this to kids," it's usually what supposedly looks like supposed to be a baby's head with a circle slash. It says 0 to 3, but it looks like a sad onion. And the first time he said,
really?
Yeah, he's like, oh, apparently this is not for 0 to 3 sad onions. I don't know why, but you just said stupid joke and that thing, it just like
It just
hits me, and then every now and then I'll catch a thing, it'll say, I'm like, oh, that's the thing.
Hey,
That's the thing.
sad
Hey!
onions. Sad onions.
Ha!
And he's British?
Yeah.
So you have an accent then?
Yeah.
Oh, so that's even
And
funnier
I
with an
watched him
accent.
forever, and like he doesn't show his face most of the time. He just shows like a couch. Like it looks like he's leaning over his camera, and he's got the couch and like the cushion in the back, and he throws his stuff on there. And he does all this stuff, and he's funny. And he does jokes, and I think like, this guy's funny. And then later on, I find out he's got his doctorate, so he's a doctor. And I was like, oh, well,
Now
great.
I hate you.
I'm glad I watched 426 hours of you looking at garbage British stuff.
Right.
And you have a doctorate.
Doctor, what's his name? Yeah.
Thanks, doctor.
Yeah. Doctor.
Doctor.
And doctor. So what about you? Anything interesting? You get any stickers on your shoes?
No, but I talked last time we were together that I was going to do an escape room
Yeah.
with the family. Now I'm not going to say anything bad about this place because there's nothing wrong with it. It's just their rooms. We did one 2 or 3 years ago, and it was a prison. And I think I might have told the story on the podcast where I'm in one room.
Yes. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And I am trying to explain, first off, how the phone communication is supposed to work.
Yeah.
And then I had to go in and be like, pick it up and stop hanging it up. I know I'm pointing at Tay. I'm like, I know you've never used one of these phones.
Right.
You know how to use it. Stop hanging it up. I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because on my side, I just have like I think
Are you texting
I
me
think I
from
have
the
like an
rotary dial?
intercom. It's like a button, but
Okay.
they actually have a handset. And I need him to read the map to me, whatever it was. And it just,
Right.
So but get to the point where I'm now running back 40 yards back and forth to try to do this map thing.
Right.
And I was told pick a place, and I like a place. There's a specific place in Chicago. I do it with Chelsea in Nashville where they started. That's the room I like to go to. But I was told pick a place. So I'm looking at that place. All of a sudden I find, oh, by the way, we're going out with my mom and my sister for lunch later that day. So I was like, oh, well, thank you for letting me know I have to plan this local.
I was going to say, so geographically
Yeah,
speaking,
this changes
that's not going to
everything.
work. Right.
So we go back to this place that has a prison thing, and I suggest a couple of rooms because there's only going to be 3 of us, and the rooms are like recommended for 4 to 10, 2 to 10, and I was like, let's maybe go one of the easier ones because there's only 3 of us,
Right.
which that's going to turn out to be a thing.
2
anyway.
to 10. Wouldn't you get mad at like more people?
Well, see, you're getting ahead of the story a little bit there. So we pick one. I don't know that when they pick it, I was like, I gave it, and usually Tay doesn't like ones that have like a scary vibe to it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
So I thought we were going to go for some of the tamer ones, but picked a Mafia one, which wasn't really that scary. But,
Ooh,
but
okay.
it was 18 plus.
You have my interest.
18 plus because the video starts off with this guy doing a really bad Italian accent. Not that you know anything about bad accents, don't. But
Hey, man.
No, I said don't. I said don't.
Okay.
But anyway, he goes and he's like, what are you doing in town? I told you never to effing come here again. I'm like,
Oh, really?
all right. And
Yeah.
my youngest is almost gonna be 20. Like,
Yeah, you're like,
I'm
come
like,
on.
well, but
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it. I was like, all right, is that why this has to be 18 plus? We could have just skipped it. You know what I mean? I feel like my dad now. Well, we just didn't need that.
How'd you do? Once I started cussing, I lost all interest.
I was out.
Yeah.
That was the beginning video. I know. But anyway, I
Right.
find out this is a 75-minute room.
Whoa.
And there's only 3 of us. I'm like, oh, okay. Now, I have a theory why it's 75 minutes. 2 of the puzzles where once you figure out what you have to do, now it's like a dexterity course. Like there was a you could see
Is it in the light or is it in the dark?
it's in the light
Okay.
once we get there, but you can see
Gotcha.
a pelican case between the walls. Like you can see a grate and you can see a pelican case, maybe the size of like a half lunchbox. It's not a big one,
Okay.
but then
I'm sure it's important.
but one of the first things you find is a metal hook.
Oh.
And then 20 minutes later, you find that you can get into the wall, and they give you like a piece of cable.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can put this together. You've got to go fishing So, but the person fishing can't see where the hook is going. So someone has to get down on the
Right.
floor.
Oh, it's massive
and be
teamwork.
like, no, push back. No, towards me. Towards me. That's also towards you. I'm sitting next to you. No, pull it towards you. No, push it back. No, a little bit higher. 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 Oh my God. Higher.
The opposite of what you're doing.
But the problem is that the handle is going north-south and the hook is like really tight.
Yeah.
So you have to get it down, down past the handle and then up and under, but there's not a lot of lip there. And then Tina's like, well, they gave us a thing. And I'm like, what do you mean they gave us a thing? Well, we should have a thing. I'm like, what thing are you talking about? And it takes off. Now, what I didn't tell you is that we have found one room, 2 rooms, a hallway, and a third room.
Yeah.
I don't know where Tina goes. Comes back, like, I can't find the thing. What thing are you talking about? They gave us a hook. And I point into the hole and I'm like, that hook? Oh, like you went looking 5 minutes for a hook that we've been using?
That we've already had. You know why it's not there? Because it's here. I have it right now. This is it.
Now, to Tina's credit, then she found something else that I could use to push the hook. Like I got Tay to level it up.
Then you can steer it with that
it's
through
like
the grate.
Yeah, but it's like, let's say it's a 60-plus-year-old man who hasn't taken the blue pill. That's the thing that I've been handed.
Gotcha. So very flaccid.
I can kind of slap at it.
Yeah.
But I can't really push it. So we do that.
Yeah.
We open up the next room. This turns into, now there's an elevator we have to get into. You would have hated it.
Oh.
To get into an elevator, and now there's a box but there's a hole in both ends. If I put my hand in one end, I can't reach the other end, but I can feel a lock.
Ooh.
Tay puts their hand in the other end. They have a key. So now I got to push a lock as far as I can push my arm, and they have to push the key the other way. And in the dark, without seeing it, because it's in a box, I have to match this key and this lock. Can't do it. I said, let's switch. So
What if you have short arms?
well, that was the thing. I was like, what if you don't have anyone that can do this? They push. So we switch. I take the key. They take the lock. Still can't get it to work. I said, okay. Tina's like, let me jump in. Tina jumps in, starts doing the key. Damon, I can't tell you how. There's one place for your arm to go. Maybe 3 minutes of I don't even feel this key. Where am I going? Like, where are you? Like, I don't understand. Like, where's your arm? Your arm is in the box. How do you not? Like, literally,
she pulls out her hand.
Yeah.
I got the hook in my hand. Can I use the hook?
Yeah, we left that in the other room. How did you even reach that?
I went back and got it. Yeah.
So we figured that took a while. We figured. Well, also I should go back when we're trying to do the.
But it's a 75-minute room.
Yeah, we're trying to do the handle thing.
Yeah.
The guy's like, "Is there a problem?" Like, yeah, the handle like fell flat, so now it's flat against the box. We can't even get it. He's like, okay, I'll help you out. I thought he was going to. We've been at it for like maybe 5 minutes, 7 minutes. We've been at it for a chunk of time. I thought he's just going to be like, okay, you figured out the puzzle. You know what you have to do. I'll hook it. You can go. Nope, he just lifts the handle straight back vertical. Not at the angle I had it where we could get under it. Straight back vertical. And I was like, oh, thanks.
Thanks, boy. You made it harder.
Thanks for resetting us to 0.
Hey, 6.5 minutes ago, out of the 7, I had it right there.
Okay. We do the elevator thing. It actually moves. And then it fake breaks, and then it opens up, and we're in I don't know how it works, but we're in a different room. I'm like, how did this happen? Like, it actually.
So it's kind of cool.
It was like the Willy Wonka thing. We go, like, that's the door we came in. We go out and like, this is not that door, and now there's a subway, and we figure out how to get in there.
You turn around, you're like, put the hook down.
Yeah. And there's a subway car. Oh, picked up a can of Coke. In the third room.
Yeah.
Go through the elevator, go through the hallway, go through the subway. Well, there's a subway platform. We figured that out. Go into the subway car. At this point, we think we're done. Like, because.
You got to be towards the end, right?
Yeah, we're thinking, and we're like,
that's a lot of
I was
rooms.
like, hey, dude, we're not going to figure it out in the next 4 minutes. And he's like, he gives us the hint. We get it. We keep going. Open the subway door. Now there's another hallway. We figured that out. Now we're into this outside of this building.
This is all
all in one room. And that was I was like, hey, dude, I need a hint. He's like, well, did you see that bench in the other room? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I saw it, but it didn't say. He's like, did you see the Jack Daniels bench? I'm like, yeah, go in the other room. This is the only clue I'm going to give away besides the fact that you have to hook stuff and pick your hand in a box. But you'll figure that out. You have to dismantle the bench. Now, remember the first thing we were told, and I didn't say this, but remember, you've been in an escape room.
Oh, yeah.
Don't
take
force
anything apart. Yeah, don't
now,
force
you said,
things
like,
apart.
if it takes more than one finger to take it apart. Yeah, literally, I was able to pull the slats up with one finger, but I remember to think, like, oh, I got to rip all the slats off of this thing and put them back together. Because it turned into like a jigsaw puzzle.
You just grab the bench and go Hulk, and just throw it through. Look, I got it.
We get to the end, he's like, do you have any questions? And Tina holds up the can of Coke. Yeah, what was this for? Oh, yeah, that was for like that third room. You're supposed to put it on the thing so you could see in the dark. And I was like, I literally went to him like, the thing that we said out loud 11 times. Wow, it'd be really easy if we could see this thing better. Not once. And I realized that this place, even though it's elaborate as it is, 17 rooms in this escape room. In order to talk to the clue master, you have to like hit the.
Oh, you have to request them.
You have a walkie-talkie.
Okay.
Hey, I can't look into this thing. Over. Yeah. No, and it was fun because it's super elaborate. If your family ever wants to do it, let me know. We'll go do it because it's a really cool place, and it's right right around the corner from me, so it's not that far. But I was just like, bro, my God.
Yeah.
What if, like you said, what if my arm doesn't reach that far? Also, at some point, be like, okay, you guys have figured it out. We'll skip past
Right.
this.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Because it's no longer figuring out the clue anymore. It's just now is the dexterity. And he's like, so did you have any things? Like, I didn't like the dexterity parts. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, the fishing.
Did he get defensive?
Yeah. He's like, what do you mean? Like, I don't think he got it. I'm like, do I need to break it down for you? I didn't like the fishy thingy and the lock you through the army thingy. Like,
yeah, we want to think and solve stuff. We don't want to have
because the puzzles were like,
right. Yeah. Yeah. We don't want to have other issues.
Yeah, and having to tear apart your bench, which was in a different room.
I just love if you would have got home and turned around and be like, why do you still have the hook?
Oh, right. I thought this was the extra one. Yeah. There was only one hook.
There was only one hook. And is that our can of Coke?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, everyone will do this in the dark from now on.
What can of Coke epoxy? Ooh, well, here's the thing.
Yeah. So weird fun fact. But hey, by the way, fun facts.
Fun facts.
I have some.
Oh.
You might know this. Do you know why the first webcam was created? You might know this.
To check on coffee in the other room?
Correct. The webcam was invented by 3 researchers who wanted to remotely check the coffee pot's level without having to walk into the break room.
Yeah, that's classic engineer right
there.
You
do a lot of things are born out of, I won't say out of laziness, but creativity based on I don't want to do more work.
It do be that way.
Okay? It do be hitting different though. That's how it works. Okay? But I just thought that's so crazy that it's for coffee. And now it's like it watches your baby so it doesn't roll over and die.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like, well, okay, was the coffee full? I don't know. The baby's dead.
Well,
I don't
know. I wasn't really interested. Once you moved it off the coffee, I wasn't as...
You want to know what's so weird? That would be like, I have buddies like that coffee's everything. So I could just see the wife getting to work, logging into the whole webcam, taking a look, and there's the coffee pot.
Oh.
And she messaged him like, hey, and he's like, what, is the coffee pot overflowing? You know, it's like, our baby is sleeping. We have a nanny that we just hired. We don't even know who she is. Is she drinking my coffee? You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like, what do you do? You know,
my IT buddy at work will be like, you know how bad it is. I'm only just finishing my second cup of coffee, and I'll look over, and my drink will be, as you see right here.
Yeah,
not even to the D in Duncan. Like,
right.
Oh, I didn't know this was a race.
Oh, okay. Well,
I've had a sip.
Yeah, yeah. One of us is working harder than the other one.
I don't measure in coffee.
Yeah. So I just thought that was kind of weird. That's how it was. Yeah. That was formed.
You know what we have? We have audio visual capability and the ability to hook it up. You know, we don't have the desire to go check the coffee pot.
Right. Yeah.
Because what happens when we walk in there? Like, we walked all the way down here and it's 3/4 full. What if there was a way? If only there was a better way.
Yeah.
And like the nerd's like, well, I got you.
Yeah. Well,
look this camera.
Can we use this camera? Yeah.
And now we use it to say, like, you know, a squirrel is at your front door.
Right. Oh, for sure. Yeah. All right. Second fun fact. This one's one of my favorite ones in a while. In 1493, Columbus mistook manatees for mermaids and wrote, this is a quote, "They're not so beautiful as they are said to be, for their faces had some masculine traits." Okay. Don't manatees have like not walrus mustaches, but they got facial hair.
Yeah, I mean they're
right.
Yeah.
They look like the dog Minnie. They look like my wife's dog that has a beard since she was like 2.5 months old.
Their face is scratched during relations.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, these mermaids weren't that hot, but man, I pushed through.
Yeah. What's weird is they put up a hell of a fight too. It's almost like they don't even know that I'm a dude.
I don't know what language they have over there, but it sounds a lot like barking and.
Yeah, you know what's weird though is the manatee. They're like, hey, you know that dude. With the weird looking hat and pantaloons on over there, he's not as hot as I thought he'd be. Yeah, right. And the other one's like, he's also terrible in bed. Yeah. It's like, whoa, hold on.
What? Whoa, wait a minute.
How do you know this?
No, I let you eat the turtles.
Yeah.
That is beyond the pale. What you're doing now is a step too far.
Yeah. What are we doing? Yeah. So, but yeah, it's just funny how he's like, they're not as beautiful as they're said to be. No, they're not mermaids. Okay, yeah. They're not even mermen, but they have mustaches, you know. So I just picture them though, like grading him, like he has his own Yelp score, you know, from the water. They're just like, ooh.
Well, also, you know, like one guy was like, you know what, we really need to find a better way to fix our eyesight when we get older, because we told him. Like all the young guys are like, that's not a woman, or a dude, don't put your I
don't know if you know this or not, but someday that guy's going to give kids a day off from school. All right, and I just don't understand how that's going to happen. when he's out here
Someday,
banging manatees.
That guy is going to name the third most important city in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah, that checks out.
Meanwhile, he's getting mustache rides from a manatee.
Yeah,
You know.
Meanwhile, meanwhile, back at the Hall of Justice.
Yeah. All right. Third fun fact: an American woman lost all her teeth due to fluoride poisoning from tea. Now, I've never heard of this.
I'm gonna.
But wait to hear the next line. She'd been having a pitcher of tea made with, get this, 100 to 150 tea bags every day for 17 years.
Ugh.
Okay. You know me. When I make tea, I put like 3 tea bags in there, and then I water it down like crazy. It's like a 50-50 split when it's done. And that's the tea I like.
Right.
Okay. If it's too strong, like we've been given pure leaf tea before for trips.
Yeah.
And I have to cut it. It's 50-50 water. It's
Right.
great tea.
Yeah.
It's great tea, but
Yeah,
to me,
We
it's
cut
too
that
strong.
like drug dealers on the way up.
Correct. Yeah. It's
Like, oh no, we don't. That's a lot of product there, sir.
Yeah. Don't
Let's get some baby powder.
don't chug that whole thing. Let's get this. Yeah, that's what
Some
it
baby
is.
powder in that.
Yeah. It's like, why is Damon choking?
Yeah.
He said to cut it. I don't know.
Yeah.
What'd you put in it? Baby powder? I don't know.
That's how we cut stuff.
Baking soda? I don't
Yeah.
know.
What do we?
What are we supposed to use?
You saw it was liquid, right?
Water?
Right? You saw it was liquid,
So, but again, who told you? And how expensive is that?
right?
How expensive? Because what comes? Is it like 100 to a box? You buy a box,
probably,
right?
Yeah.
Or maybe 50?
I hope she's going to Aldi because there's no way you're getting that from a Mariano's.
This ain't Clancy's. There's no way to knock your teeth out.
That's
You
not
need 200 bags.
That's not Whole Foods price right there.
Yeah. But and she's an American woman, so it's like, okay, I think Lenny Kravitz wrote a song about her,
Mhm.
but still, it's one of those things where
Stay away from me
with your rancid teeth.
rancid teeth. But what does that have to do? Like, I didn't know there was fluoride, and
No, I didn't either. So
like I thought we were going to get to like get this with mouthwash.
yeah,
I'm like, wait, we're just using tea bags?
tea bags. Okay, first off,
wait, like balls?
I was going
Is
to
that-
say, if I teabag you 100 to 150 times a day
Yeah.
for 17 years,
Yeah, I'm probably
you should lose your teeth.
I'm probably swallowing something.
Yeah,
else at
you
that
should
point.
lose your teeth. All right, so that's how it should work.
Janie's got a
Fun
fact.
Fun fact number 4. Okay, you know what? I want you to read this.
Oh no.
I want you to read this.
But not an
I
official
might
one,
have some
but
for
you
you
want me to
later.
read
It's
it,
not
okay.
yet, but I want you to read it.
Joe Martin, a silent era orangutan actor, starred in over 50 films and lived much like a human, wearing clothes, carrying keys, and attending premieres. Though trusted around children, he later turned violent and attacked multiple females.
So
Yeah, but I like how he's sitting there like, yeah, I'm gonna kill that.
yeah,
child.
well,
He's just sitting there all patient, like
he really does. They
make a move.
They got him dressed up where he's looking like he looks like he's on a GQ cover shoot. Okay, but you named him Joe Martin.
Yeah,
Okay, so
which is dangerously close to my grandfather's name.
but secondly, you wearing clothes, cool. Attending premieres, cool. Carrying keys. Why do you have to give a monkey keys?
Well, so that way he can dangle them and get the toddlers over.
yeah. And then I'm gonna eat you. Yeah.
Oh, look at that nice monkey. He's going to keep the kids entertained. Didn't we bring 5 kids? I don't know.
Yeah.
4 or 5, whatever it takes.
But I like that. Though trusted around children, he later turned violent. He's an animal.
Right.
He's a wild animal.
He didn't turn violent. He just let it out.
Yeah. You know what he did? He repressed that violence
Yeah.
for 50 films, okay? 50 films.
Once you stop putting him on camera and giving him treats,
Yeah. You know what happened? They took his keys away. He's like, damn it. They're like, he
Yeah.
couldn't pass the
that's
driver's
the thing.
test.
And he heard like a kid with a rattle, and he's like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
I heard that noise.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Yeah. PTSD for the monkey.
Oh, that's the thing. Like probably one of the kids called him a monkey, and he was like, "I am an orangutan.
I'm an orangutan.
I will now eat your face, much like a monkey would."
Much like a monkey would. So, but hey.
You can see my confusion.
Yeah. You can see my keys.
And my skull.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of, and the picture, when you look at it, it's
Yeah,
like,
literally just chilling.
yeah, he's
He's chilling, but he has that look like,
yeah,
Yeah.
I could eat somebody's face.
I'll tell you how to find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll give you one hint.
Yeah.
It also starts with FO.
I was going to say, I know we haven't started with the FAFO yet, but right here, Mr. Martin, he knows what that is. All right. So you're going to get back-to-back reads. Are you ready?
All right. I'm glad I took a sip of my 113 teabag
Yeah.
tea.
114, you walked away for a minute,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh, no. This is a report from Local 12 WKRC TV. Authorities say a man who was clocked going more than 130 miles an hour wanted to get home to see his cat.
Yeah.
Now, is that a euphemism?
That's my question. Okay. But if you look at him, I don't know. He's got that kind of. I think he's got.
It doesn't look like he has a cat though either, unless that's a euphemism. Like, is
Yeah,
it?
I don't know.
Is he Mr. Magoo and he actually has a possum at home?
But did he actually think that was going to work too?
Oh, hey officer, I wanted to get home and see my cat. You know.
Now, if the dude walks up to this from the squad car and he's like got a bedazzled pin on him of a kitty cat,
Right.
then that's where you go. Okay, you got to look at it. You got to like, ooh. So
Yeah, if he has a bumper sticker in the back, it's like I'm feeling like I feel line. I don't know. That didn't plan out.
I feel line.
I feel line. You're like I'm feeling fine, but it's feel line. I'm saying if he's dumb enough to have. I'm trying to save this. Hold on.
Understand? Yeah.
If
On his squad car.
I'm saying if the guy who's driving
okay.
is dumb enough to think that's a good bumper sticker that I just made up.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay,
let him go.
Maybe you are dumb enough to think that would work.
Yeah, let him go.
I don't think it's let it go worthy. I think maybe you are dumb enough. 130 miles an hour.
Yeah. But the other thing is too is like if he walks up and you're like, I gotta find something he's into. Officer, I was just going home to shoot my guns because you're like he's got a gun on him. You're like, I know he likes guns. He has a gun.
Do you like cats?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get home to my cat.
You were doing 130. Well, I called him 20 minutes ago and told Mr. Whiskers I would be home in 22 minutes. I'm still 4 minutes from the house.
He's going to scratch stuff. I gotta get home.
I'd show you my webcam, but it's pointed at my coffee pot right now. You're not gonna be able to see what he does.
You know who I have watching my cat? Joe Martin.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
Not the orangutan actor. Wait a minute. Did they give him back his keys? They're going through the whole spiel.
Sir, we better get in the car and go.
Yeah.
I don't have time to go back to my squad.
You follow me.
Let's just go.
Yeah, you follow me. He jumps on the roof just going, woo, woo.
Yeah,
He's just riding with the guy. Yeah. But that's my excuse. So I had to get home and see my cat.
Yeah,
listen, if you would have said like I have explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, I think everyone should keep fart spray in their car.
Yeah, but no one's going to pull you out of the car and be like, hey, officer, excuse me, I just shit my pants.
That's what I'm saying. You bring
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you best go.
Roll it down. Oh, you don't want me to do that.
Yeah.
Roll it down. All right, you can go.
Yeah.
Keep it between the ditches.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's going to, like, you're not going to fight the naked guy. You're not going to arrest the guy that shit his pants. You're just not going to do that. There's no way. So, but 130 miles an hour. And the quote was, wanted to get home to see his cat. So, again, I love my dog. Okay. I'm not speeding to get home to see my dog. Now, if I feel like there's trouble afoot, then I might, but not 130 miles an hour.
130 miles an hour.
There's not. There has to be something drastic going on to be 130 miles an hour. So, by the way, between here and my house, there's nowhere I can get a stretch of 130 miles an hour. I will have to kill people,
right,
or drive through a field because there's zero chance that there's anybody on the road that's going to move out of my way enough to go that fast. It's just not going to happen. I have one more animal story, and I call this one "The More You Know" because I feel like I'm going to move to Florida, so I need to be ready. Okay, but this is duck.
Not soon enough.
Yeah. Duck terrorizes Florida neighborhood, sends one victim to hospital, leaves another bleeding.
You said duck, right?
Duck, yeah. So a Muscovy duck named Jimmy turned a quiet Florida neighborhood into his personal fight club, chasing residents, biting one man on his porch, and even sending someone to the hospital. If you name him Jimmy, he sounds harmless.
I was going to say
it's kind of like Joe Martin.
That's kind of putting it on them.
Yeah. Yeah, you should have gave Cujo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, we're the welcoming committee. Here's some cookies and some orange juice. Welcome to Florida. That's Jimmy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's that duck? Oh, that's just Jimmy.
That's just Jimmy.
That's just Jimmy. It's okay. It's Jimmy.
Hey, did you make sure to tell him not to go near Jimmy? No, I totally forgot. I told him about Jimmy though.
Yeah, he knows about Jimmy.
He knows about Jimmy.
Yeah, he knows his name. He knows what to scream while Jimmy's bludgeoning him and sending him to the hospital.
He does not know that this is Jimmy's house.
Yeah. Right. That's what it is. Jimmy's like the duck father of the neighborhood. So it's like...
I'll give him an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah. So it says, Cape Coral locals say Jimmy repeatedly spread his wings in attack mode with one resident, James Sepulveda.
Oh, that's why. Because
what are you having, chips?
Jimmy's going after James.
Yeah.
Hey. Nice try, James.
Yeah.
This is Jimmy's house.
Jimmy only talks about himself in a third person. That's how it is. If you're a duck named Jimmy, you're third person all day long. But it says left bleeding after the sneak peck during his evening sunset ritual. So let's see here. Experts believe Jimmy was hand-raised by humans and never learned fear. Okay, that doesn't mean you never learn fear.
Right.
Okay? Because you're the Chuck Norris of the duck world. That doesn't mean anything.
I want to ask John Wish over here. You know Kung Fu.
Yeah.
Are you afraid of this duck or Canadian geese? Would you punch one or kick one? What would you do?
I'd just ring their necks.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
I forgot that he not only does he know kung fu, he knows how to murder birds.
Correct.
So that was me stepping into that one wrong.
Yeah.
It's that or they get the hook.
Not if Tina has it.
I was gonna say.
Mac's like, where'd my hook go?
So what's great is I had one. I opened my mouth, and you already went there, and you were so proud.
I know. I was
the
like-
look on your face was like, I have this.
I got it. Don't worry about it. No,
Yeah.
I lived it.
Yeah,
I got it.
Sit down, Damon. I got this. Okay.
What are you looking for? That hook they gave us.
So it says at just 3 to 4 months old, one rescuer labeled him a punk in quotes before capturing and relocating him to a sanctuary with other ducks. Them other ducks have to hate life.
Oh yeah.
Jimmy beats up people. What do you think he does to other ducks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jimmy, they used to come and bring us bread.
Yeah.
They used to come and feed us. Now they stay clear away from us. Just give me a house.
They pay Jimmy for protection. Now they bring Jimmy cash, okay? They don't have bread anymore. They're all hungry, but Jimmy is well paid.
Yeah.
Okay? He's got racks on racks or stacks on stacks. Or
Yeah. Jimmy's just got like a bunch of other ducks behind him in tracksuits and Adidas.
Now I want racks. Racks on racks.
Oh yeah, that
Sounds delicious.
Mac, where is Jerry? Can he get us racks on the way?
Yeah, I was going to say. So it says, and this is a quote, it says, Florida, where the gators lurk in the water and the ducks strike from the sky. First off, this guy's just walking around on the land. He's not coming down and dive bombing you. He's walking around. This guy's, they should have called him like Guido. You know what I mean? But like,
well, he's already named Duck.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already there.
That's what I'm saying. So, but again, wouldn't you give him a more ferocious name if you know that he's the badass of the area? I mean, again, like you said, you move in and the realtor's even like, oh, that's just Jimmy. What do you mean it's just Jimmy?
Yeah, it's like it goes Jimmy in the realtor contract. You don't have to tell you if like a murder was happening in your house.
Yeah.
It's like,
not yet.
Did you tell him about Jimmy? Well, no, it's kind of a gray area.
Yeah, he's not a person.
He sent people to the hospital.
Yeah,
but he's not. He doesn't actually live here.
Kill anybody.
And then just outside, you see Jimmy house.
Yeah. How does a duck crack his knuckles? Where does that sound come from?
He's just, you don't see it under the window. He's just like literally breaking someone's fingers.
Yeah.
I need more knuckles. No.
That's exactly what it is. So again, I have to move down there someday, and I'm going to tell you, I would love. The other thing that makes it funny, so they have a picture of him. He looks like a badass.
Well, yeah, he is like he's in the middle. Just the way he's not even walking, but like, because it's just a picture.
Middle
you
of the
can tell
path.
the way he's like.
Yeah, this is my
path is probably 12 times wider than Jimmy, but you're like,
Yeah.
that's Jimmy's path.
It's probably a path for like you walk dogs, you walk
go kart,
bike path,
golf carts,
golf carts,
and
Jimmy's like, why don't you? I tell you,
Yeah.
what, there's a toll. Okay, you got to pay the toll. So or
you don't cart down Jimmy's path.
You guys walking or taking a cart? Oh, we're walking because we can't go on Jimmy's path.
Yeah.
So that's the golf course is so pissed. They're like, we can't even rent carts anymore. Jimmy takes them over. It's not even funny. He drives them back in. Here's another one for you.
Yeah,
He drops it off.
You guys
Ghost rides it right into the thing. And hops off.
Yeah, every lake is just filled
Yeah, with golf carts that Jimmy has sunk.
just covered in Jimmy shit.
Yeah.
And the people that work with Jimmy.
Right.
All right, boys.
Yeah.
Let's white it up.
Yeah. All right. Time for strange. It's going to be hard to top that with strange stories.
Strange stories.
Now, I don't know if people know this. The board is 90 degrees off center.
Yeah.
So I almost hit this.
Yeah.
'Cause that's usually where the button is.
All right. Woman attends strangers, plural, funerals for 2 years to score a date with the Undertaker.
Oh.
This is a weird
Comedy
turn.
Brian getting some action.
Huh?
Comedy Brian getting some action.
Comedy Brian.
He works at a funeral home.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Never thought about it.
Yeah. I would ask him to respond if it happens, but we know he doesn't.
He doesn't listen. He doesn't listen. We don't really know him. So anyway, it says our bizarre love story begins at the most romantic location, the graveyard.
Hey, you come here often? Yeah, I do. It's my job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you come here so often? I hope you find out.
You know a lot of people. You know a lot
You
of
know
people.
everyone in this town? There's someone I'd like to know.
Yeah.
Does that mean she's going to kill me? These people keep dying. Are you the Jessica Fletcher of this town?
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. It says, some 3 years ago, Daniela Signor was attending a relative's funeral. Her attention, however, wasn't on the coffin being lowered into the grave. Signor couldn't tear her eyes away from the local funeral director, Apollo Scariot.
All right. So she's named Essignor, and he's named Like
Scary
you're
Yacht.
trying to pretend like you're not talking about the Marriott hotel chain.
Yeah.
We stayed in not Skilton, but Scary Yacht.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
You know
Come
what
on,
I'm saying?
man.
You know, it's some store.
Yeah. I don't know, but it had multiple trees. Yeah.
Not quite 3, more than 1.
More than one. So it says, honestly, who can blame her? The man's hot and has a name like a fantasy romance
Yeah,
novel.
I mean, he's scary hot.
Yeah.
That guy is scary hot. No, actually, it's a scary hot. It's a family name.
Yeah. I was going to say, is the H silent? The H isn't in there.
It's
not in there at all.
It's not even in there.
It's like chariot
It's like
with an S.
it's like hella silent.
yeah.
It's not even there.
Yeah, it's not there.
It's silent and invisible.
But it said she had to, it says, oh, hold on. Now I lost my spot.
Oh no, you lost your scary hot?
It was love at first sight. She resolved to make Scary Yacht her own, one way or another. Now, see, now this sounds like dun dun dun.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm gonna get that man in a hearse.
yeah, yeah. So either way,
We'll get 2 cars, his and hers.
yeah. I want to see that man in a box. You mean a casket? Okay,
Well, yeah. No,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
No,
Sure.
yeah, no.
You
What?
bet. Huh?
Wait, what?
Yeah. Do we have that one? Wait, what? No.
Wait, what?
Nice. Okay. We'll wait for it. It's okay. The board's turned. So it says, for reasons,
There, I fixed it.
says she had to hop for the other way. For reasons that we couldn't find out, she wouldn't just walk up to the man and hand him her number.
Yeah, we'll go to multiple strangers' funerals.
Right.
That's not weird at all.
Right. Well, you know what's weird, though? You do get made up really nice to go to a funeral. So, I mean, you're not out of place.
We got to stop seeing each other like this.
Yeah.
I mean, we do say that to our friends in the undertaking business.
we actually do.
See,
I
when
hit
I did it
myself.
over there, it was
I
hilarious.
know. We did.
When I did it over there, it was
I
hilarious.
hit it with my hand. But you threw it into your face.
It only happens occasionally.
Yeah, it moves a little easier than you thought. See, mine does this now.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
what.
This is
Hold it down, my chin.
hold it down. God.
Yeah.
Hold it down.
But it says maybe she was shy. Maybe she thought it was inappropriate to be amorous at a relative's funeral. How about the strangers?
Yeah, how about-
You've been going to all kinds of funerals.
Multiple strangers.
Yeah. Or maybe she believes the guy should take the initiative. You want to know what's weird? Listen, the last funeral we did was for my mother. Now we know the undertaker, okay? But had anybody there that worked for the funeral parlor been like, hey, what's the scoop with your cousin? You know what I mean? I'd be like, how about no?
Well, yeah, I get it. He's not Smariot, but
Right. But you know what I'm saying? That's
But
not.
if someone would come to me, I mean, last funeral I did was that I was like probably my dad, but now that's almost 2 decades ago. So I'm like, hey, you know this guy? Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Right.
What do I care? Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Hey,
But I'm
don't
saying,
do it. Don't do it during that. Does anyone want to speak?
Yeah.
No, don't do it. Yeah, I don't actually know any of you, but that guy who tucked everyone in and everything, he's pretty hot. What's
Yeah.
his story? Hey guys, sorry for your loss and all. Big downer, everything. Bogus. Is that guy single?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. What about that guy? You got an extra one of them boxes around here? Maybe
I
we could
think
try
he's
it
got
out, huh?
money. His name's on the building.
Yeah.
Is that?
Never thought about it. That's
that
true.
it? Yeah.
That is true. So it says, in any case, the funeral ended and Signor left. Apollo-less. Okay. I don't like when we do a play of words.
Yeah, I don't like when
that at all.
these reporters try too hard.
That's awful.
They could. Smariot was right in there.
However, she couldn't get him out of her head. So in an effort to woo the man of her dreams, she hatched a cunning plan. She would start attending strangers' funerals until he asked her out. How about if he asked her out of his funeral home?
Ah, there you go.
That's kind of where you want to go. So it says a persistent suitress. Now, as strange as her plan was, it was not that unhinged if you consider where she lives.
All right, now I need. All right, more detail.
They both live in Pinhalzinho, a small town in southeastern Brazil. Hence the names.
Now the names are getting more.
Hence the names.
All right.
Okay. With only about 2,800 residents, you might know everybody in town.
That's true.
Okay.
Might not be that way.
I gotta feel like if we were in Wilmington, we could probably go to a funeral once a week.
Right.
We probably could. Okay.
Are you Stevie's little kid? Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. It says virtually everyone knows everybody. Yes, correct.
Well, see, they had to bury that lead because it doesn't make that doesn't make the story exciting anymore.
Correct.
If you know everyone, you go to this so they're not really strangers. They're just kind of
Right. They probably see each other at Applebee's.
Yeah.
That guy over there's pretty hot,
Yeah.
but I'm eating dinner with you because
Right.
it's all you can eat wings. By the way, when you get all you can eat wings, you don't eat just
Now,
10 and take 10
if she's showing up, in in stuff that says like, "Hey, I didn't come for a funeral.
Yeah.
I came for fun."
Okay, here's the deal.
Oh no,
It just popped in my head.
nope.
So he takes her home. She wakes up the next day, right? He comes out into the kitchen. She's cooking, but she's all dressed up like she was the day before, right? And you know why? Because those are her mourning clothes. Huh?
Ah,
See where I went there? There's a U in mourning. That's what I did. See, it was a play on words.
British.
It was a play. It's Brazilian. Hey, Brazilian. Do they do accents?
The British,
No, Brazilian.
Brazilian.
Is it similar to what I do?
They speak Portuguese.
So that's similar to what I do,
Sure.
right?
Go ahead.
Huh, man? Huh?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, man, you making breakfast? These are my morning clothes,
It's
man.
smart for you to put this at the end of the episode, but when I'm tired,
Yeah.
can't really fight back.
But it says she would attend funerals every 3 months. It even says she finds funerals extremely uncomfortable. Yeah, because you're there to pick up dudes. Okay. She was ready to bear the awkwardness.
Hey
for
guys, this is really awkward for me. If you guys can stop crying and blubbering and sobbing, I'm trying to pick up this guy, and it's really killing me. I get it. Grandma died. Could you drop it? I'm trying to get a little schmerry out of action over here.
Unfortunately for her, she didn't attend every funeral. Many times she went to the somber ceremony for nothing. Oh, the guy wasn't there all the time. Kind of like we know people in the industry. They're not at every funeral.
Oh,
they have guys.
Story? So I don't remember where we were, but we're somewhere, and I was told, "Oh, hey, I got to go to a funeral tomorrow," and I was like, "Okay." And then Comedy Brian was like talking about a funeral he had to be at. So this on Friday with Comedy Brian. He said, "I got to go to a funeral on Sunday."
Right.
On Saturday, hey, I got to go to a funeral tomorrow. I don't put those two things together because I don't live in Wheaton where Comedy Brian works.
Right.
2 weeks later. So where was that funeral you went to the other? Oh, it was in Wheaton. Where was it at? Oh, it was at such and such funeral home. Like that's Comedy Brian's funeral home. But turns out that
he wasn't working that day.
Yeah, well, he was at a different one. Like
Gotcha.
there was one in a church.
Right.
There was one in a church and one in the funeral home. And I was like, are you kidding me? The one time where you would have been like, hey, didn't cross that.
What's up, girlfriend?
Hey. Are you guys trying to pick each other up?
What's weird?
No, this isn't Brazil. That's how they do it.
I was going to say that's really not the response you want. You know what I mean? So, but it says, yeah. So sometimes he's there physically, but always professionally, and his focus is always making sure that the funeral went perfectly. Again, like the people we know that do this. Several times he exchanged a word or two with her, but it never registered in his mind. She was just a blur distracting him from his job.
I will say this.
Yeah.
The last funeral I did go, which was probably your mom's. And to be fair, once it was all said and done, it was a beautiful service, and we're outside. Well, just before we went outside and try to console you and your brother, I did go talk to a friend and try to slip money to take his high top stools.
Yes, you did.
Because they match my set at home.
I remember that.
My family has ruined.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, we
have this matching set.
My table's pretty okay, but my stool is ruined.
I would like.
Would you notice if I?
Are these
what
for
we talking
sale?
about? Yeah,
put them in the car.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about? I can give you a nice half-eaten Jimmy John's platter for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right here.
Somebody? You did a Damon?
Yeah.
Did you go?
It's at your family's thing.
Yeah,
I tried to blend in.
Yeah.
Is that guy a cousin?
I don't know. I think he's related.
Huh?
But it says, yet after 2 years of persistent funeral crashing, her efforts bore fruit. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, hold on. Scariot snapped out of his trance long enough for her to talk to him properly, catch his eye, and exchange phone numbers with him. In summer of 2024, the two started dating. It seemed they were made for each other, which was good considering how much time and effort she put into wooing the man.
The irony is that she died because it took so long. And he's like, well, I got a place for you.
Yeah. Morbidly married. Finally, he popped the question.
At a funeral, please.
She said yes. Their wedding took place in early May 2025. This just happened. Okay. Now, weddings are a big deal.
We can still send a card.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Audio High Podcasting. Mac, you do international shipping.
I was going to say, yeah. I mean, don't put any sound in it because I know it won't come through. No. Yeah. I'm so surprised. But it says, they decided to embrace the bizarre nature of their relationship, so they arrived at the wedding venue in a funeral hearse.
I called it.
Okay, you did. You did.
Hearse. There you go.
So it said that turned some heads, probably upset some people. Because you know what's weird?
You show up to a church in a hearse.
Yeah.
The same place they have a lot of funerals.
Well, what's weird is all those people at that funeral are like, she didn't even know my uncle.
Yeah.
She was at that funeral. It's like, wait a minute.
That's the thing. She invites everyone to every funeral she's ever been for the presents.
Yeah.
Your presence and your presence would be welcome at our we're going to arrive in a hearse. Where do I recognize that woman from? I recognize the hearse too. And that, wait a minute.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Is that scary yet?
Is she holding a hook? Where can they find us, Dad?
You can find us at funerals trying to pick up. I'm not going to finish that.
Yeah.
You can find us at That Checks Out. All the songs is That Checks Out. WTT. Still waiting for the ending song.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll fix it in post. It's all good. Comedy Brian will get that one if he ever listens.
Come on down to Audio High Podcasting Studio. Ask for Brian. Don't come early. You'll be waiting in the hall like I did today.
Yeah.
Don't forget Audio High Podcasting Studio. Brian is the producer of this show. For all the audio stuff, Jerry was not here once again. We're kind of worried about him. Jerry, send us a line. You can catch us at thatchecksout.net. Damon and Ted are the producers of this show. We'll catch you next time. Unless you're Jerry, who doesn't show up anymore.
Yeah, maybe Jimmy got him.
Oh, wow. He's just outside. Guys, there's a duck.
Those are
He
his
says
knuckles.
it's his podcast? Yeah, that's his knuckles.
Those
over
are
here.
his knuckles.
Sorry, Jerry.